Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Business Blueprint Workshop. Thank you guys so much for joining. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, I am Christina. I am going to be your presenter for today, and I am a business coach and a serial entrepreneur, and I help small business owners use proven strategies and processes to attract more customers, grow their business, and make money in their sleep. All right, make passive income, right? Who all wants to make passive income without having to work too hard? Raise your hand, even though I can't see you, but I want to feel it. All right, so today you're going to learn mindset mastery. We're going to talk about mindset in business. Mindset in business is very important. The next thing we're going to talk about is using content to draw in your target audience. And then the final topic is get repeat clients and automate with ease. Don't let the word automate scare you because you can do it with ease. Okay, now you're watching because you are probably a service provider or you are own a product-based business. You're trying to build a successful business and you might still be working. You want more, you want to make more income passively, right? Like I said, in your sleep. You may also be working and trying to grow your existing business and you started to feel overwhelmed and stressed. Honey, I have been there. Okay. If that's you, drop a yes. I don't know, where you're watching me right now on which platform, but drop a yes wherever you're watching if that's you. All right, let's dive into the first topic. So I get this question asked all the time by my clients and my students. What is the number one secret to success? And I wish I had an answer, like some type of affirmation, right? But my number one secret is mindset, right? Let's talk about mastering the mindset of an entrepreneur. Okay. So here are a few things that entrepreneurs we have to have. Okay. You have to be goal oriented. You have to make goals and work towards achieving them. Even in your personal life, I mean, I feel like we have to always have some type of goal, whether it's saving for a vacation, I don't know, losing weight, I don't know, goals. Entrepreneurs solve problems, right? So, for example, Amazon, they solve so many problems, right? So your business has to solve a problem, and you can't be afraid of failure. In business, every day is not going to be a good day. Every business may not be a great business, right? You may have to pivot. Forward thinking, you can't just think about today. You have to think about next quarter, next year, okay? Because things change so quickly nowadays. So you have to be a forward thinker, decisive, right? So you have to be able to make decisions. You can't be indecisive. And we're going to talk about that later on. And then driven. So a lot of people in business are, no, wait, a lot of reasons why a lot of businesses fail is because sometimes we get discouraged or we may not be driven, right? We have to get up with intentions, knowing that, we're going to make today a great day. And if you don't feel well, it's fine. If the day isn't going great, it's fine. Restart. But we have to keep that drive, right? You have to have something that drives us. It could be your why, that that makes you wake up and want to work on your business and work with other business owners. Collaborate. Don't be afraid. Go out into, your community. Now that, the restrictions have been lifted, collaborate on social media, right? Action oriented. Just don't make goals, but move and make action behind it, okay? And then courageous. We have a lot of courage, right? A lot of people can't be entrepreneurs, right? It takes a lot of courage to get in front of people and sell what you have to offer. And then learning. I am always learning in a course, YouTube, and school. I am always learning. I don't know if that's just the nerd side of me, but I think entrepreneurs, we have to stay on the cusp of the new software tech, new products, new everything is ever changing, and then responsible. we have to be responsible in business, or people won't trust you if they see that you're not being secure with their information. You're posting their names when they don't want you to share their comments, right? You have to get permission. So be responsible in business. And then here are some of the blocks. So a lot of my clients face this, and I have faced them before too. Abundance. A lot of people are afraid of abundance. We all want it. We like watching the post about other people, showing off this, showing off that. And we're like, oh, I want this, I want this. But then we start this business and we start to grow, and then we become afraid. So those are some blocks. Money mindset blocks. These blocks have been set up maybe when you were growing up. A lot of times, um, my clients grew up where, they were maybe in a household where they were not expected to achieve anything. So that subconsciously stays with us, right? So maybe you're dealing with that. And then we could lack confidence. We may feel like, we don't have the confidence. And let's skip the comfortable. I'll come back to that. Imposter syndrome kind of goes with confidence, right? So imposter syndrome is like feeling like, okay, they gonna know that I don't know what I'm talking about, right? So this can apply in your professional career as well. We, sometimes feel like, when we start a new job, like, oh my God, I don't know this company. What if I'm not as smart as them? What if I don't fit in? We deal with that, and we deal with that in business. Comfortable. Let's talk about this, right? A lot of business owners get comfortable. They are afraid to get uncomfortable. So being comfortable in business is not great, right? Later, maybe you know what? You know what? Okay, wait. We can be comfortable once we've built our systems and processes, and our business is being, working passively, right? But I feel like if we are too comfortable sometimes, that is not a good thing. We have to do what makes us uncomfortable sometimes. So sometimes people are just comfortable working 9 to 5, and that's okay. Okay. Other people's opinions, and this goes for family, friends, block them out. If you've started a business or you have a business idea and you've prayed about it, you have a product or service that you can help somebody overcome something, block out other people's opinions. And if you don't want, like if you're posting on Facebook, you can, there's ways you can post content without certain people seeing certain posts, okay? So I don't care, okay, what people may think, okay? And the last mindset block is uninformed. If we don't know, we don't know, right? So that's why I try to bring awareness to people that are starting businesses that may be still working, that are trying to juggle this entrepreneurship journey because it's not easy. So, but if you're uninformed, that's not your fault. But you have to go out and try to find useful resources and tools. Okay. All right. So here's a little worksheet activity. Okay. So on the left side of this worksheet, I want you to write down like negative thoughts that you may think. Okay. And then when you like write down like negative thoughts, like I'm not good enough to whatever, right? I'm not worthy of success. I don't deserve whatever. Write those thoughts that come up. Then on the right side, I want you to think about, where did this thought come from? Is this thought 100% true? If not, then why? List down the evidence you have that this thought is not 100% true, right? List down the reasons why you know that you are worthy, okay? Because what? I know I'm worthy because God says I am, period, okay? To live a luxury lifestyle. He said it, and that's it, okay? Also, think about, if your best friend tells you she has this negative thought, what would you tell her? If somebody came to you and said, you know what, I, sis or brother, I don't know if I can do it. Write down, what would you say? And then what actions can you take to shoot down those negative thoughts? When I get, in business or in my professional career, when I have those thoughts, I step away. I get in a quiet place and I have to pray, of course. And I have to remind myself of good things and positive things that I have overcome and I know that I'm worthy of, right? This happens to everyone. And then the last thing you can do is how can you show yourself more self love? So I like to reward myself. Now, if I'm working on a big project or working with a client and we're finished their project, I reward myself. So I always I'm a foodie. So either I'll go to Chipotle or I'll try like a new restaurant or I will buy a new handbag. So do things just for me. I'll go to the spa day or like if I do something and my husband's like, oh wow, you did great. He will, do little small things. So you can try that. I want us to get out of that negative mindset because this um journey can be sometimes, harsh on our mental. And then the last thing we want, well, not the last thing, another thing is face your fears. If you know that fear is behind what's stopping you from standing out, get help. Okay. Work with the coach. Practice it. Like if you're afraid of going live, practice. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. That is like so important. When I'm uncomfortable, it doesn't feel good, but I know the outcome is going to be worth it. Okay. And then just keep moving forward. If you know you have something, keep going. Journal and then pray. I should have put pray that, the first thing. If you believe in prayer, that is going to be like the number one thing. Journal. And if you can see my office, I have word affirmations, vision boards. They're all over my office. I have to remind myself because, life happens. But if you have fears, there's help and there's resources out there. Okay, so we're done with that. All right, now let's jump in using content to draw in your target audience. Let me go back. Remember, content is king. Content. Like we have to always be creating content. But your content must have a purpose. Posting just a post is not gonna work. Okay, we have to remember who we're selling to. What are you selling? When are you selling? Value versus sales. What is the purpose for each piece of content? Okay, we have to know these things. This is a great little image I found. So remember, you're writing content for an audience, not your diary. The importance of remembering who your post is for. So meaning, yes, I know sometimes we want to like write about our life. And if that's your marketing strategy, I know a lot of successful people that do this. They actually write about their lives and they have a lot of followers. But if that's not your thing, don't do it. You don't have to like pour out your everyday thoughts or like your everyday everything that happens in your life if it's not for a purpose, right? You don't have to do that. And then connection. Some people use Facebook and Instagram as a connection, like storytelling, which is great for them. Because if that's what your audience wants, that's fine. But the connection needs to be what problems or needs have your existing customers shared with you? Provide real value. Are you providing value to them? Just posting you standing by a car, like, okay. And if you are in business and you're using your page to promote your business, everything should be, not everything, but most of your posts should have a purpose. If you want to post just, the everyday post, that's fine to drop those in every now and then. Like I said, if you don't want certain people to see certain posts, there's custom lists you can make within Facebook. And then be consistent. Don't just post, like throw out 5 posts in 3 days and then next month or next 2 months we don't hear from you. You can't do that. So be consistent. Your audience wants to know that you're consistent. They want to know, like, and trust you. How to connect. In order to sell your product or services, you need to get in front of your audience, right? Just like I said, they have to know, like, and trust you. So how if you're not connecting or staying consistent, how are they gonna get to know you? I'm not saying you have to like share like intimate details about your life, but you have to, create content that attracts your audience. And then you have to make sure that you know your audience's pain points. What are their problems? So can you create a mental picture of this person and how you can start to help him or her? After you've done that, put yourself in their shoes and then answer the following questions. What is keeping them up at night? What is it? What what is it that they're missing? How do they want to feel? What would happen if they don't find your solution or your product, right? So think about that. If you are a fitness coach, right? You know that you are in the business, I hope, of helping people lose weight, getting healthy, um, getting rid of diabetes, high blood pressure, whatever. So think about the things that are keeping them up at night. They could be tired of feeling unhealthy. They're over it. They're tired of driving through the drive-through like I do after I work out and going to Chipotle. Like, they're just tired. Okay. What is it that they're missing? They're missing someone that's going to hold them accountable. Okay. How do they want to feel? They want to feel good when they put their clothes on or feel healthy when they walk down the stairs. And then what would happen if they don't find you? Some people will die of not eating healthy, um, overweight. Like some people they will get sick. So if life or death is basically what can happen if they don't find your solution. I'm not saying that this is like for every business owner. No. But if you're in, health and fitness, sometimes, it's the difference between life and death, okay? Now, let's say the reality of not finding your audience, right? So, if you don't niche down in your business, this can really hurt your business. Like they say, the riches are in the niches, right? That is true. But a lot of people struggle with finding their niche because they want to do so much, and that's fine. You can have multiple niches, but you have to make sure each niche is reaching reaching your target audience. There's nothing wrong with having multiple businesses, but don't just throw them out to everybody because everybody doesn't need your service or product. So let's talk about how not niching down can hurt your business. You're gonna be feeling unfulfilled, overwhelmed, stressed. You're not gonna accomplish anything, and you might be broke because you're just throwing bait out there that's not reaching anyone, okay? And we don't want you to feel like that, okay? So make sure that you are identifying your audience in each niche if you have more than one. And then your target audience. Why do you need one? You need one because it's easy to provide your offer or your product. They're your people, right? Your tribe. They trust you. You know what they're dealing with, right? And you can create content, services, and products that are directly targeted towards them. This will naturally lead them to interacting with your brand and buying your products and services. So this is why you need a target audience. And now let's talk about the types of content. So we have to balance, like we have to share different types of content. So most important, most importantly would be educational content. So that could be tips, tools, different apps, software, tutorials, anything that will educate your audience. Storytelling, the content, like you can share something about yourself or your journey. Value, this is video, charts, infographics, right? This goes along with educational as well. Inspirational, you can post motivational quotes, right? Lifestyle, you can show yourself with your family, relaxing. Look, I had to add eating out. Oh my God, help me. Well, yeah, you can showcase, a nice restaurant, your sales, but don't overwhelm your audience, right? We don't want it to be too salesy. So you can post like if you have a new product or program, you can post it, but don't bombard them with that. They trust me. They know what you're selling. If they know, like, and trust you, they are on your page, your website. They're watching. Okay. but you have to provide balance when you're posting different types of content. So here's some examples. I posted in some groups for some things, and I just wanted to show you some types of posts. So you can see I got a lot of engagement on these types of posts with the banners behind them. These were doing really great at one time on Facebook. Just simple like this, not too wordy, just a quick call to action, and then people started commenting. And then another example of educational post. I just posted this one. We'll reposted this one. Just tips on how to email, and then 3 ways to increase sales in your business without paying for promotions, right? So this was very helpful. And then as you can see, it had a call to action. I had a free 3-day challenge. So this was a way to get people to sign up to my challenge, but I also gave them some value, right? And then storytelling. So, my husband and I, we used to own a coffee delivery business in Las Vegas. So I posted about our journey. We got married at 19. If you know me or you've been following me on social media, you know my story. So I just shared like when we actually bought this business from someone, and we were super excited um, about it. And let me go on Do Not Disturb. I don't know how to do it. So sorry if you heard that. I'm sorry. And then so this is another post that I posted. Just talking about something that I wish I knew when we opened our first business. Right? We grew fast. I was working. He was working. It was it was a lot. We didn't have any like systems, everything was paper. The previous owners, they didn't have any, like, it was a mess. But we were able to pivot, and I implemented systems that I had helped had created in my professional career, and I added those into our business. So we were able to hold on to our business, grow it, using different processes and tools that I learned in corporate America. And that's what I do now. I help other business owners scale their business, get their documents and their processes in place. So when they do grow, they're not going to crash like we almost did. Okay. Thank God we didn't. All right. And then you can offer lead magnets, right? So this is one that I have used. So a lead magnet is something that we give out in return for an email address. So we can nurture those leads and convert them into customers or clients. If you are in the online space, you can give out an ebook, or if you own a Shopify store, Etsy store, you can give uh, this the same type of lead magnet for email address, and then you can nurture them, send them, different new products from your store. If you're a coach in the online space, you can send them different coaching offers that you have, or, digital downloads. So that's another type of content. And then where to share your post or your content. Of course, on social media, right? If you have a group, you can, your business page, right? Pinterest is great. Okay, if you have a Pinterest account, or if you don't, I suggest you get one. Um, you can get a lot of followers, and you can create lead magnets that will send them to your offer, to your product, to your Shopify, Etsy store. And then if you have a website, of course, you can post, your website on your different social media platforms. You can write blogs. That's huge. And then you can add links in your blog to your different products. And then make sure that you are using SEO optimization. This means if you're not a techie person, when you are creating your website, there's different areas in your website where you can put in keywords that when someone Googles, I'm looking for a digital worksheet for my financial business, right? Then your content will pop up on the first page on Google. But you have to optimize your Etsy page or your website. So make sure you are utilizing those features when you are setting up um, your um, Etsy pages, your Shopify stores, your websites. And then the last place you can post, like I said, Facebook groups. If you don't have your own group, there's other groups you can post in. Some charge, some are for free. But just post there or create a group. And then going live. Now, a lot of my clients and students struggle with this. That's a fear. But like I said, you can practice. And then what I do is I just pretend that I'm talking to my friend. And I mean, I am who I am. You are unique and you're not going to be for everybody, and that's fine. So, but just be yourself. Who cares? They're going to judge, either way. But if you are planning on going live, schedule them regularly. Try to create a schedule, um, because there is something in it for them. No, I'm sorry. Make sure that people will watch your live if there is something in it for them, right? So in your caption, make sure you create a caption that is eye catching and that will call in your target customer or client that will make them want to watch your live. You know how on YouTube they used to have the clickbait and we would like click on the video thinking that it was something but it wasn't, but it got people to click, right? So you want to have something captivating. Practice. Tech, you need great, well, not great. You can use your iPhone. Make sure you test your audio and video quality, and then make sure you have a goal. What is your goal when you're going live? What are what is it that you're trying to accomplish? What is something that you're wanting to achieve? Engagement. You want to make sure that people are engaging with you. Ask them to comment, drop a one in the chat, whatever, things like that. Ask them, for their location. Ask them to drop their, business name. And then you want to promote your live. Like what I do sometimes is I will just, make a post saying going live in tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And if you use different apps or systems, you can use, oh God, um, StreamYard. You can create a scheduled post that will be broadcast to your group, YouTube, your personal page, and people can be invited. And then that's your call to action. Like, join me on Wednesday at 3 o'clock to blah, 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 right? And then people can say they're going, and then they will receive a reminder. So that's, you know, these are different ways you can, utilize going live on social media. Now, this is what I like to do. So this is a screenshot from going live and how I repurpose like some of my content. So I create automations for business owners. So this is a snippet of my um, intake questionnaire when someone wants to work with me. I like to know, how did they hear about me? YouTube. So I posted a video on YouTube years ago, and people watch it and they contact me through YouTube. So you can use your live training or like a live video and then repurpose it on YouTube, and clients will find you there as well. So cool. All right, now let's talk about how do we find content. So yourself, right? You own a business. You can post about things that you like. Your competitors, you can go to your competitors. Do not be afraid to go to other people who are in your industry. Don't steal the content, but you can get ideas around posts that they have made that have gone viral, right? You can just create content, your own content. Please do not copy anyone's content. Other influencers in your niche, go to Instagram, YouTube, right? Look at those people who are in your same niche. See what they're talking about. See which videos are bringing in, the most views. Social media. There's content all around. Like, there's so much, right? Blogs, Google. If you're if you sell lip gloss, right? So sometimes people write blogs about, I don't know, opening a new um, beauty store. You can find content around that if you just search Google. And then trends in your industry or niche. You can use Google Trends. It's free. You google.trends.com or trends.google.com. Search or just type in whatever your industry is, and then it will show you different trends. That's how I find a lot of my content for my digital business I have. I use Google Trends. And then we want to plan and map it out. So we don't want to just be like, oh, today I might post. Well, I don't, maybe tomorrow. No, we have to create a plan. Um, this allows you to mm, create your plan your content in the future, right? Like I said, we as entrepreneurs, you have to be forward thinking. You have to think about, what am I going to talk about? Like right now, we're in the third quarter. I am planning right now for um, the beginning of the first quarter. I've already planned my fourth quarter. So when you're planning your content, you want to also be plan your content out in the future, right? This takes away questions about what your topics will be. You're going like planning and mapping will help you. It keeps you organized on what you're going to talk about. Um, you can work efficiently. You're not like scattered, and then you can strategize your product launches, like any sales you want to promote, affiliate programs, collaborations, right? So planning and mapping can help you do these things. That's very important in your business. Now, how do we store and schedule your content, right? So now that we have all these content ideas, how do we store and schedule, right? I am not going to be posting on Facebook every day, like manually. Not, I don't have time. So here are a few tips. If you are not techie, you can use Excel. You can map out your post days or your content. You can use a regular calendar. I use Planoly and Trello. I used to use Recur Post. These are automated posting softwares, right? You can set up your content to go out automatically. Like I said, we want to work smarter, not harder. Okay. So if you're not using any of these, Trello, Planoly, Recur, Post, Buffer, Later, and so many others, I highly suggest you start doing that, because this will save you a lot of time. Like if you want to go out of, like on vacation, you can schedule your posts to still, post on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest. You can still bring in sales in your business and engage your audience while you're somewhere laying on the beach. Like it's so simple. Now, here's the look. Okay, I mentioned Trello. So this is my Trello board that I use to get content. So I have like different um, um, content types. Know, like, and trust, authority. If I want to post about like cash, like if I have some type of program or offer, if I want to engage my audience, I have emails, celebrations, like there's different like holidays throughout the year that I'll post about. So this keeps me organized. I can just go through and like look at different posts that I want to, think about posting. And then I can create a calendar view. So this is my calendar view. So as you can see, I think I did this a few weeks ago. So I started like creating content about, things to post in August. And then once I post it, I check it off or whatever, like, and it keeps me organized, right? Or I can um, copy this and then schedule it in Planoly. So, but this is where I do my content creation, my creative process in Trello, and then I copy and paste it into my scheduler, which is Planoly. Now, people always ask, how often should you post? Weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually? I hope nobody's posting quarterly or annually. Please say you're not. Okay, so this is the data that I found. So I'm big on data. So Facebook, once per day is optimal, but if you have a large audience, you can do multiple times a day. Okay. Twitter, 3 to 5 times a day, more often if you want, because Twitter, you're doing small tweets. You can't do like long posts like Facebook. LinkedIn, 1 and 5 times a week. Okay. those are the ideal. Instagram, between 3 to 7 times per week. So if you think about setting up your automatic scheduler, like, okay, for me, I use Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok. So I set up different automatic posts. So maybe like for Instagram, I'll do 3 to 4 times a week. Pinterest, I just pin. I just keep dropping pins. Like I will set up if I'm like in my Etsy store, I post new products at least 5 times a week. Okay. So Pinterest is a site that you can keep pinning and you're going to use SEO. So make sure your title is optimized. And there are tools you can use to get help with what keywords you should use, right? One that I use is called Flickr. So Flickr, Flick, Flick, is that Flick? Flick. It's a hashtag generator. So you can use that to get hashtags. If you're on Etsy, you can use Marmalade, can help you with SEO. So there's different tools. If you're on Shopify, there's Marmalade also integrates with Shopify. So you can use that to get help with your keywords and what's trending. Okay. Now, like I mentioned, why is being consistent important? So you will you will stay on you will stay on the top of your audience's mind, right? If you disappear, so will your audience. Like, hello. So, like people say, if I don't see something, like people, social media, it moves so fast. Everybody is like so fast, right? They see you today and then they are looking at something else tomorrow. So you have to stay consistent. Don't feel like you're overwhelming them. If you stick to the schedule, right? If you post once per day, maybe on Facebook, if you up to 3 times, if you have a big page, okay, you won't bombard them. They won't block you, okay? But we have to post, right? So if they block you, that's not your client. People who want to see you will stay, okay? They will watch. They want to see what you're talking about. Um, and then also the way the algorithms are set up nowadays, not everybody will see your post. Like that's why we want to be consistent. And then don't sacrifice quantity over quality, right? So, like I said, don't just throw out anything. You have to have a reason behind what you're posting. And remember, just because you don't have, you may have low engagement on some posts, they are watching. I have worked with so many clients that say, "Oh, I saw your post. You posted about whatever," and I'm like, "Oh." I go back to the post and I'm thinking like they liked or engaged. Nothing. I'm like, okay. So that means that people are watching. Just because you may not get likes or you might get 3 or 4 likes, that's okay. The ones that want to work with you or buy from you will buy and work with you. So keep on being consistent. Now let's talk about how to find your audience. So competitors, like I said, influencers in your niche, email list, blogging, social media. Okay. So you have to go out and research, look for your audience. There's ways you can do market research. You can create surveys and post, join groups that are in your industry. You can create an email list by creating a lead magnet, and people that are in your audience will sign up, and then you can get their email. You create a blog, right? That has a free lead magnet. You can put in your website in social media, and then the people who are in your audience will click it because they want to work with you or learn more about your services or products. And then make sure you are tracking and auditing. Okay. Make sure you know which topics or posts got the most posts got the most engagement. You want to make sure you're tracking that. And then check your competition's post. Don't be afraid to do this. Just don't copy their stuff, please. Because we're not doing that, okay? Now, here's some results. So I like to throw in some client results of clients that like I've worked with. So this client said I thought I had my files and folders organized. It would be easy to complete engagement, outreach, follow up, whatever contract thing follow through. Now that everything is housed in a workspace that allows me to automate and manually ensure connections with my clients, I don't have to manage so many documents in so many places. This process has forced me to get crystal clear on service structure, outcomes, and pricing. So, this person used to always question and change on a whim based on the level of self-worth and confidence from one day to another. So I work with this client on like I did a business art with this client. I helped her structure her business. The next client, I built out a CRM. It's a client management system, right? So it says that I helped her with procedural and structural tasks in a way that felt human. We were immersed in technology, but she still heard me authentically and never forgot a single request or concern I had. Her heart is huge, and I knew my business was safe in her hands because she cared about me first. So, you have to care. I genuinely want to see my clients succeed, right? Their success is my success, right? So, you have to make sure in your business, whatever you're offering, you want to authentically help others. And then there's another one. Um, I help this client organize their processes and procedures. All right, now that we talked about that, let's get to the meat and potatoes. So I hope you have your notepads ready. So we're going to talk about how to get clients on repeat and automate with ease. All right, so ideas to get clients on repeat. Like we talked about lead magnets. So ideas, an ebook, checklist, or you can make a planner. If you have a product-based business, email coupons or offers, right? Or service-based, you can email coupons out. Emotional connection, have something to offer, right? Have something, you know, people just don't want, well, some people just look to look, but have something for them. Be authentic. People can tell when you're being fake. Be your true self. Have a great overall client or customer experience. In one of our businesses, we have great, our clients always rave about their customer experience. And I'm going to show you receipts in a second. Over deliver, right? Treat your clients like the VIPs that they are. Over deliver on your programs and products, right? And then show progress along the way. So if you're selling a product, send them tracking information. If you're working on a project for a client, project status. I email my clients status updates 30%, 50%, 80%. Okay, they know what I'm doing. I have emails that go out automatically when I reach a certain point. Offer an incentive to re-enroll or buy in a bundle, right? Have something to offer for them to re-enroll. Like if they work with you on one coaching program, offer something else. An additional 3 months, or you can bundle it up. Your offboarding process should be very, very amazing. When they're leaving, don't just say, okay, thank you, bye. No, have a process for that. And then a referral program. So that will incentivize them to send clients your way. I don't know if you want to offer them money or discount on services, something. And then you can offer SMS messaging. So this is a good way to send out different products or services or um, products that you might be offering, any discounts, any promotions via SMS messaging. Now, we utilize Yelp and Google. This is another way. This is free. I know when we sign up for Google or Yelp, if you haven't, please do it. It's free. They will try to sell you a package like $500. You don't have to do that. We use Yelp. We have a lot of repeat clients, new clients that find us on Yelp and Google My Business, right? So make sure you have this set up in your business. It is free 99. You can buy the ads if you want. We have never, okay? So this is an actual screenshot from a review from Yelp for one of our businesses. and then also testimonials, right? So I like to post um, testimonies from our business, from clients, 5 stars, 5 stars. So in this, I want to point out how, yes, we do an awesome job. Like we treat our clients VIP. Okay, our service is amazing. Um, but I want you guys to notice that it was easy to book online. You want to make sure your clients can work with you, buy from you easy. Think about Amazon, right? You have a one button to click, right? Click, add the cart, bam, you're done. They're not sending you through all these hoops and you have to send them your Cash App name. No, make it a easy process for them to purchase from you. You can see communication, okay? He communicated, okay? Um, Convenient, affordable scheduling was so easy. Okay. And then um, these are more screenshots of our Yelp reviews. So they said recommend. These people have sent clients our way. As you can see, they leave long reviews. And then we post before and after pictures. So you want to be posting receipts, like showing people that you are an expert in your industry, okay? And they want to work with you. They should work with you. Okay, so here are some statistics. Now, I have to drop in some data because I have a background in data analytics. So, customers with an emotional a relationship with the brand have a 306% higher customer lifetime value, and will recommend the company at a rate of 71%. Compared if they don't, an average of 45%. Outstanding. And then 90% of customers are likely to purchase more than once. We have repeat customers. Okay. You want to have repeat. It's great to get them to buy once, but we want them to come back. And I'm giving you ways to get them to come back. Okay. Loyalty. They want to trust you, right? So create that trust. And in our detailing business, our customers trust when they can pay us through. We have a credit card machine, or they can pay online. They trust us that we're going to show up at the time that they booked or they scheduled. And my clients trust that I'm going to be on the Zoom call at the time that we scheduled. They trust that I'm going to finish their project in the time that I said I was. Now, let's talk about automating with ease. All right. So, automating helps you make money in your sleep. You don't have to worry about sending out appointment emails or text reminders. You don't have to remind clients about their upcoming payments, not having to run out of inventory. Imagine your clients get a reminder when they have a meeting with you 24 hours in advance, 2 hours before, right? You don't have to think about, oh my God, did I remind them? You set this up, and it's a great thing to do for your clients because they forget. Like people forget. People have a lot of things going on. So you want to make sure you are engaging, reminding them. And you can automate this in a scheduler. Okay. So let's talk about how do we create the processes, right? So you're a service and product-based business. So you want to have standard operating procedures. So if you are in business, what I do is every process or every procedure that we do, I write down each step, right? And that's called a standard operating procedure. You write down every step and then you create a document. So therefore, when you grow and you need to hire people on, because you're gonna grow, you already have that process written down. Okay. Mapping software. If you don't know how to map out your processes, hire someone to help you to get out that process or improve the process. Or if you don't know what you should do to improve it, get help. There's people out there. I offer that service to help you streamline and scale your processes. But the mapping software, what I use is Miro. So when I work with a client, we map out the process from start to finish. And then I create a standard operating procedure. It's a document. There's not charts and graphs everywhere. I do give them a chart that I create, but they have a document that has words on it. in a Word doc that has their process mapped out. Now, if you're product based, you can create automations using Klaviyo, right, in Shopify. So if you have clients that, I mean, customers who purchase from you, you want to engage with them, right? So you can use Klaviyo, and I use it for my other business. It sends them abandoned cart reminders, new product reminders, upsells, birthday coupons, welcome newsletters. There's so much that Klaviyo can do. So if you're a product-based business and you have a Shopify store, I highly suggest you use Klaviyo. No, I'm not sponsored by them, but I love their product. Okay. Now, um, this is what I was talking about, how I help my clients map out their process. So this was one of my processes that I had to convert a lead to an active client. So this is what I'm talking about. When I work with a client, I am asking questions like, what do you do? What happens next? What goes here, and then I take this document and I create that standard operating procedure for it. So another way to get clients, I repeat, is to have processes that are smooth and scaled so your clients can work with you. They don't have to go through too many different steps, right? We want to make their process as smooth as we can. So what you're seeing here is Dubsado. So I use Dubsado. I help clients set up this system to manage their clients. So you can do a lot, right? So Dubsado is very similar to HoneyBook. So you have your lead capture forms, your questionnaires. You can email your clients. You have contracts and invoices. Clients can pay directly through Dubsado. You don't have to send them a link. Um, they can sign their client agreements. No more DocuSign. They have their own portal. You can email them the documents, automated appointment scheduler, and appointment reminders. And then another good feature is accounting. So you know exactly what you've earned and what you've spent at the end of the year when it's time for taxes, okay? So I'm going to show you a sample form that I've used for my clients. One moment. Okay, so this is a sample business inquiry form that someone will fill out, have questions, they provide their information, and then once they're done, I receive the form back. And I can either, say, yes, I want to meet with you and send them a scheduling, I'm sorry, a link to my calendar to schedule an appointment with me. Or if I can't, I have email templates that I will send and say, I can't work with you at the moment, but I can refer you to someone else. I believe if you can't work with a client, have someone that you can refer them to. It's too often we, as entrepreneurs, we grow and we get busy, and we don't collaborate, right? So I believe in having a list of individuals who are in your same industry that if you can't do one thing or if you are booked and busy, you can refer your clients to someone else, okay? And then let's look at the sample scheduling process. So this is what my clients see. So when I send them the link, right, they can pick a date or whatever. And then once they pick a date and a time, they are sent. This is how it works. So they are either they can fill this out first, or if they have seen I don't know, my link somewhere posted, they can book their time and then fill out their information. So you can do this two ways. You can only use the form, right? I can send them a link to the form, or if they have seen, I don't know, I post my business consultation link, and then they can pick a time and fill out the form. Also, a sample proposal. So let's look at what a sample proposal looks like. So this is what my clients will see, and hopefully it will let me show you everything, because usually in Dubsado, if you're the owner, it doesn't show a lot. So they can pick the service, right? So after I have my meeting with the client, I create a customized proposal for my clients. So this is all done within Dubsado. If they need to email me, they can, ask me any questions. And then once they pick their package, they can click, okay, and then they can sign their contract or client agreement. It's going to expire because I own the form, so this is their client agreement. They can sign here, and then once they sign, I get a notification that it's time for me to sign, and then they can pay their invoice. You can either set it up as a deposit, or they can pay in full, and it won't let me because I'm the owner, but that's basically how it works. So we'll break down the invoice for the client, and they can pay immediately through the portal. Okay, so let's go back. Now, onboarding guide. I said we want to have an onboarding guide. So when you're working with me, my client I have a welcome. I'm telling them how they can access their client portal. This is what it looks like. It has their contracts, invoices, and forms. And I'm just, telling them how to add anything to the portal that I might need. I have a video. Um, how the emails work within the portal. That's their welcome, right? And then let's look at, I have a welcome guide. So I've also created a welcome guide, and this is ClickUp. So you don't have to do this. I do this for um, some of my clients, not for all of them. If I'm working on building out their Dubsado, I want them to have, more information. So this has the office hours, my days off, how they can contact me, my holidays, the communication policy, so they'll know how to get in contact with me. Um, the project timeline, they know, you know, I can go in and add anything I'm on phase 2 and this is what I'm doing. And then if they need support, right? So I have, this is my template. So I will customize it, right? I'll say your, project begins on blah 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 and includes whatever is right. And then if they need support, they can they have they can ask me, and I let them know. I give them an expected response time. And then if they have a rush, I have a rush fee. So I have that set up for my clients as well. This is done in ClickUp. And then it is so important to ask for testimonials, right? So once I'm done working with a client, I give them an offboarding guide, but I also ask for testimonials. So I ask, what service did they book, and ask them to write up, would they work with me again? What did they like most about working with me? And then I ask them if I can use this review, right? I make sure you're asking for their permission. So if they say no, I can use it, but I don't include their name. So sometimes you'll see me make posts without the names, or I only use the initial. This is because my client has asked me not to use their name. So I have to, honor and, so my clients will have trust that I won't use their name. Now, let's talk about automation. So what you saw, everything I just showed you, um, is automated, right? So people often ask me, what are automations? So basically, think about something being done automatic, right, in your business. You can interact and engage with your clients without having to do it manually. I don't manually post. Um, Sometimes I might post in Facebook, but I don't manually send emails make very often. Once somebody gets onboarded, they receive the welcome email automatically. Um, Once I'm at a certain progress level in their project, there's an automatic email. So there's some manual tasks that I do because I just want to have that hands on. But in your business, if it's a repeatable task, you can automate that. Okay. If it's a onboarding, offboarding, testimonial, you can set that to go out at a certain time. Now, email automations, what is the difference? So There's lead nurturing and client or customer engagement. So types include pre-sale, contact nurturing, post-sale, upsell emails, and touch points. So if you have um, leads, right? You want to make sure you are building your email list. And I gave you examples on things to do to build your email list, content, lead magnets. And so you're giving them something in exchange for their email because you want to convert them to a paying client. So your lead nurturing, you can create nurturing email automations. I use ConvertKit. There's Active Campaign. There's so many different softwares you can use. And you can set these to go to fire off automatically, to create engagement or to make announcements, okay? Campaign. So a campaign, people get these confused. Campaign equals marketing, right? So you can talk about product updates. You can use campaigns to send a newsletter or a one-time promotion. So campaigns are just to broadcast something, right? So in ConvertKit, I believe they're called broadcasts. We're just sending a quick one-time email to our list. We're not, creating an automation or a sequence of emails. Now, like I just said, these are your types: new lead, nurturing, your consultation, new client, educational automation. So if you have a new lead, you want to send them lead um, nurturing automation. If you have a consultation, you want to have a consultation automation to remind them of their consultation. If you have a new client, a welcome, or a new customer, welcome, thanks for purchasing from me. And then you want to, like, if you have a credit repair business, you want to send them educational information. So you can set those up. Even if you have a online business, you want to be sending educational email to your clients, not just sending them emails when you're selling something, okay? And like if you own a product base, so we talked about Klaviyo. So Klaviyo is great. So you can create lead capture forms on your website, autoresponder, which is a chat box, cart abandonment. You can upsell your products. Lucky Orange is a good tool for analytics. So there are so many different apps you can install in your online store. So if you're not using these, I would highly suggest that